In this video, we're going to talk about the law of cosines. So if you Google it, you'll see 3 different formulas, and I just like to use this one because then we can kind of see it a lot like Pythagorean theorem. C squared equals a squared plus b squared. So the new part is where you minus 2 times a times b times the cosine of c. So you just need to get that written down one time. Pause the video at any time if you need more time today to copy anything down. So we're going to use this on number 1. Here's the formula here. In this picture, you can't use Pythagorean theorem. You can't use SOHCAHTOA because this is not a right triangle. That's the nice thing about the law of sines and the law of cosines is you can use them on any kind of triangle. So while I'm looking at this, I notice that I have an angle and I notice the side opposite. So that's what's going to go in for C and for big C. Big C is going to be an angle and little c is going to be a side. So then 7 and 12 are going to be the a and the b. So if we start this one out, x squared, and in any order 7 and 12, so they get squared, minus 2, and then a we decided was 7, and b we decided was 12. So this will multiply 2 times 7 times 12 times the cosine, and then this is where the angle goes, so 65 degrees. So the letter that we're trying to solve for is on the left, but all of this is numbers. So what we can do is just plug that in on our calculator and hit enter. So what we do is use our shortcut keys. So we're going to do 12 squared. Sorry, we'll do 7 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 7 times 12 times the cosine of 65. And then go ahead and hit enter. And your calculator should be saying about 122. So I'm just going to write that down. And this is what x squared is. So it's very important to keep this running on your calculator. Down here on the bottom of your calculator, let's see if I can get this to disappear here. I don't think I can. There should be this button right next to enter that has a negative sign, and then above it, it says ANS. So if I zoom in, it looks like that. So we want the ANS. So then what we do is algebraically, we are trying to take the square root, so we know what x is. So we're trying to do the square root of this repeating decimal that's on our screen. So then we just hit second x squared to get our radical symbol, and then you have to hit second negative button to get that ANS, and then it just copies and pastes that repeating decimal in there. You do not want to round it and then type it in. So you get approximately 11.0, so I'm just going to write down 11. So really taking advantage of that calculator. Okay, question number 2. We got to figure out where things go. So right away I noticed the angle measure and its corresponding or opposite side. So those are going to be my little c and my big C. So my little c is x squared, and then 25 and 20 become my a and my b. So in any order, 25 squared plus 20 squared minus 2 times 25 times 20 times the cosine of the angle measure, so 108. So this is everything we want to get on our calculator. So I'm doing 25 squared plus 20 squared. And then you got to do the other numbers times the cosine of 108 and then hit enter. So just to kind of detail our work here, we're going to add that in. So we get x squared is approximately 1334. So now to get rid of the square, we take the square root, and that will leave us with our answer x. So on the calculator, we still have that number on there. So we want to do the square root of the number on the line before, and that gives us 36.5. Feel free to pause the video whenever you need. Why don't you pause the video here, and then you can try question 3. Push play on the video when you want to check your answer. So the numbers you're putting in are the 34 and the x are the big C and the little c. So big C is 34, little c is x. And then your A and B are going to be your 17 and your 13 in any order. So when I plug in, I get all of my numbers on the right side. So I can just plug that in on the calculator and that number will be about 411. Oh, I think I typed something wrong here. Let me try that again. Should be about 91.56. We're just going to copy that down. And now we want to take the square root of that number. And this is where we do our rounding. So we want second x squared of the answer on the line above, and we get about 9.6. So that's the first case. Why don't you turn the page in your notes and we'll try it one other way. So I recopied the formula on the next page. So if you want to pause the video and do that, you can. And this is what we're going to substitute in. So looking at my picture, I see an angle and the side opposite for x and 7. So my big C is now going to be the x and my little c is the 7 because it's a side. So this one starts out different. So I get 7 squared and then my 12 and my 11 become my A and my B. So I get 12 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 12 times 11 times the cosine, and now we don't know the angle measure. So this is going to be done a little differently. Because of our order of operations, we need to simplify this chunk and this chunk. So 7 squared I can do in my head at 49, but again, going to that calculator, so that first red grouping is 265, and the second red grouping, 2 times 11 times 12, and I should have had the 12 and the 11 in the other order, but it's still going to be the same. So minus 264. So those are the two red numbers times the cosine of x. We couldn't do these all together because of this subtraction. We have to take care of this multiplying piece before we can do that subtraction. So we now need to get our numbers together. So we're going to subtract 265. And that will give us negative 216. And now we're left with negative 264 times the cosine of x. We want to get the cosine of x by itself, so we're going to divide by negative 264. So on my calculator, I'm just going to do positive divided by positive. So 216 divided by 264, because a positive divided by positive, or negative by negative will make it positive. So 0.82 is what we're getting. And then what we're left with on the right is the cosine of x. So now we need to get rid of the cosine. So we're going to do the inverse cosine of that number. So you have that number still on your calculator. You're hitting second cosine, and we want that to copy and paste. So we go second negative button, and there is our answer. So that gave us x, and then on the calculator, that number was 35.1. And our label is degrees because x is the measure of an angle. Okay, let's try another one. Question 6. Formula is still the same. I'm looking for an angle and a side that are opposite each other. So here's my angle, and then here's my side. So that's my big C and my little c. So my little c is 35, and then my A and my B in any order are 16 and 24. Minus 2 times A times B times the cosine of the angle, and we don't know what the angle is. So this is me just plugging into that formula. We have to break up our chunks. So 35 squared is 1225. 16 squared plus 24 squared gives me 832. And if I do 2 times 16 times 24, try that, and you should get 768. So we want to subtract 832 first. And that leaves us with 393. This is gone, and we're left with negative 768 times the cosine of x. So now we want to get rid of that, so we're going to divide. Do the exact same thing on the other side, and that's going to get our cosine of x alone. And this is what we're typing. So I have negative 393 divided by 768, and I just put the negative in the top of that fraction. It didn't matter as long as my answer is negative. This is the number that's sitting there, 0.51. So now what I want to do to get rid of the cosine, I have to do the inverse cosine. So I also have to do that over here. So that's what I'm typing on my calculator. So I want to do the second cosine of the answer on the line above, and then that will give me the angle measure. So x, and we got approximately 120.8 degrees. So that would be the measure of this angle. So again, this will show up on your ACT. You'll relearn it again in Algebra 2. So what I want you to do is turn in your packet to homework 8, and I'd like you to complete numbers 1 through 3, turn the page, and then do 5, 6, and 7. This concludes my video on law of cosines.